What we're saying, here we go. So this is going to be from our Bulletproof Mind series. Obviously, our entire structure of things comes from the training, it comes from the nutrition, and it comes from the mind. Those are the three main factors. So this video is going to be from the Bulletproof Mind section, and people don't tell you this, but literally 50% of overcoming something or getting to a goal, whatever it is going to be from the mind. So if you have a knee injury, if you have a hip injury, if you have an ankle injury, whatever it is, 50% of that is going to come from the mind, 50% of that is going to come from the actual work you do, but it all starts in the mind because the mind is the first cause. For example, if you think about the house, you don't just start building a house, you first lay the blueprint which comes from someone's mind. So you sketch out that blueprint and you start building based off that blueprint. So this video is going to show you how to get to any single goal that you want in life, whether it be healthy knees, whether it be money, whether it be healthy relationships, whatever it is, whatever your goal in life is, this video is going to show you how to get there. In this case, it's obviously to get healthy knees, and this is the stuff that I use as well. This comes from my mentor, Paul Council, and that's the great thing about the information that I give out, because it doesn't just come from me. I've taken all the best information from different people. Ben Patrick, my mentor for the knee stuff, Keegan, my mentor for the training stuff, Paul Council, my mentor for the mind stuff, as well as Bob Proctor, loads of different people that I listen to, and I just take the best information and distill it into things which I think are going to be very, very useful to you. So instead of watching and learning all of these people for hours at a time, all you have to do is listen to me and I'll distill the best bits. So to start with, today is going to be showing you the formula for self-directed neuroplasticity, and that's a lot of big words, but basically what it means is that you can change your own brain and you can create the results you want. So the formula is here at the top. Healthy knees equals experience plus expectation times attention density positive times veto power. So your experience and expectation. If it's that you're going to stay in knee pain, if your expectation is that your knee is always going to hurt, you're not going to get back to football, that is your experience and that is your expectation of your future. That was mine. I was in knee pain for 5 years, so my experience was like every time I tried to return to football, I was going to hurt my knee, and my expectation was that as well. So we need to try and change those experiences and change those expectations. So we actually have to change the wiring of our brain, because that is what's getting our current results. Obviously, our brains are programmed by someone, by the things in the world. So for me, over those 5 years, like I just said, that was all programmed my brain to think in one way, that I was never going to get out of knee pain, that I was never going to solve my knee pain. And there's people telling me this, there's doctors telling me this, there's physios telling me this. Yeah, you're like, don't worry about your knees, you're going to have to just strengthen the muscles around, you're not going to be able to get back to football, you have early onset arthritis, you have this, you have that, you're going to have to go for another surgery. It's like, okay, well, let's take a step back from that, and I'm going to talk more about the environment in the next bit. So that then means that we don't want to have a certain mindset. We don't want our mind to be set, but we want it to be flexible. We want it to be able to change, and it can change, which is what neuroplasticity means. It means our brains can literally change, our DNA can change with our thoughts, with our actions, with our behaviors. The DNA, the brain cells, all the stuff that you had 5 years ago are not the same as today. So if we put the work in to change them over the next 5 years, we're going to be in a much better position. So then it comes to times attention density positive. So this means how much attention are you giving something, and how quality is that focus that you're giving it, and is that focus then positive? So we want to be giving it a lot of attention, we want that attention to be very quality, and we want that attention to be positive. If you think about it the opposite way, so if we don't put any attention on our knees aren't going to get better. If that attention then isn't quality, so we're putting a load of attention on our knees, for example, but if that attention isn't quality, so we're doing the wrong things for our knees, we're not really focused when we're working out, we're doing the wrong things, that is then not going to get us results as well. And then if that focus is negative, if we're always thinking, okay, yeah, my knee's going to be in pain, my knee's in pain, like I'll never fix this, that's going to lead to negative results. So we have attention density positive, the amount of attention, the quality of that attention, and then how positive that attention is. Then we have the veto power. So what are you willing to get rid of? What are you willing to say no to be able to get the results that you want? If you want to get out of knee pain, if you want to get to the point where you can play football again, what are you willing to give up? I was willing to give up everything. I was willing to give up my time to learn about my knees. I was willing to give up the nutrition, the bad nutrition, the processed foods, because I wanted healthy knees. I was willing to give up friendships. I was willing to give up loads of different things because I wanted a goal. So what is it that you are willing to give up, say no to, in order to get to your goal? And then it really, really helps if you can then find someone who can show you the right way. So there's a quote by Bob Proctor that says, find someone that's done something that you want to do and do everything they say until they either show you that they are lying or they don't know what they're talking about. And then this leads on to the actual how, because obviously, like I've just said, a big formula there like may not make sense right now, but how do we get from the point where we are in pain and then our goal is healthy knees? How do we get to that goal? And it's in these steps here. So the environment is everything. The first cause is the environment. That's where everything stems from. So listening to me is the start. So if you're listening to me, where I'm saying you can get out of knee pain, you can get back to football, you're not destined for a life of pain, you're not destined for this, versus you listen to, whether it be a doctor, whether it be a physio, whether it be family, whether it be friends that are telling you you'll never get out of knee pain, you'll never get this, you'll never get that. Which one is going to be better for you? Definitely this side, where you'll listen to me saying, okay, this is what I done, you can get out of pain, everything like that. Because then your attention's going to start being positive, your attention's start going to be in quality. So then it's like, okay, I can go to the next level of that, is like get into the coaching, or start communicating with me on Instagram, or start going into my communities and talking to other people that are going for the same thing, and are getting the results that I'm getting. Your environment doesn't necessarily have to be the people around you. It doesn't have to be the 5 people that you spend the most time with nowadays. It has to be the 5 people that influence you the most. So the podcast you listen to, the videos that you watch, every single thing is influencing you, and it's all your environment. So if you're listening to me and you're listening to the good stuff and you're listening to the fact that you can change, that is going to be a really good start for you. Then it's the model of mind. So how hungry are you actually for change? How much do you want in your mind that change of being back to football? Like, I wanted it so bad that I was willing to give up my life to get back there, because I was at a point where, like, I was depressed, I was on the verge of doing some silly stuff. So I was so bad, so I was like, well, there's no option for me to stay here, and I can see where it's going to lead. Like, I need to do something about this. I need to go in the opposite direction. And that's where the hunger came from. So you have to first look at, okay, what is it that I want? So then you have to get involved in, like, okay, what are all the things, if it goes completely well, like, what are all the things that are driving me to get there? Then it's like, what are the consequences of not doing the things that I need to do to be able to get there? It's going to be, okay, I'm going to stay in pain, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. So it's like, how hungry are you to actually change? And this also leads into the motivational values of, like, what will actually cause you to take not just positive action, but sustained positive action. Like, what can you keep reiterating to yourself to be able to keep being consistent? Because consistent is the most important thing. Like, I'd rather someone go to the gym once a week than go 5 times a week, but the guy that goes once a week does it for years at a time, and the guy that goes 5 times a week does it for a month. I want you to be consistent. So what is going to be the thing? What is so big in your head that allows you to take sustained positive action? Because eventually it will become a habit. You just have to put the work in to start with. For example, with brushing your teeth, like, you want white teeth, you want clean teeth, you don't want yellow teeth. So then we brush our teeth every single day, but eventually that just becomes habit of brushing our teeth every day. So we just need to get through this point where we take sustained positive action for a certain period of time, and then it just becomes habit. Then the next is actually the mastery of skills. So your abilities, your motivation, and ease of taking action and changing the behavior. What kind of actual things are you doing? It's the behavior. It's, okay, I'm doing these exercises, I'm doing them in this order, I'm doing them on these days, I'm programmed in this way, I know the exact direction that I'm going, it's the nutrition, it's this, it's that. So this then becomes to, like, okay, what actual quality of the attention giving to it? For example, if someone's doing leg press, trap bar deadlifts, all this stuff which is powering up the hips, and they think they're going to get back to sport for their knees, versus the people that are doing deep squats, AZ split squats, step ups, sleds, Nordics, all the stuff which I promote, this person is going to get back there a lot easier than this person. So it becomes easier for this person to keep going to the gym because they're seeing the results. They're seeing, okay, my knee pain's going away in the first few sessions. Okay, now I can start to see the plyometrics. Wow, like, I don't even have to think about my knee anymore every day. Versus the person that's doing the wrong actions, their motivation is just going to go down and down because they're not seeing the results. So it's like, okay, how do we actually master the skill of training, of nutrition, of our mind to be able to get the results? And then that then leads to the healthy knees. Once you do those mastery of the skills and you do them, the sustained positive behavior for a long enough time, you then get to the outcome, which again results from the environment. You found a reel of mine, you found a YouTube video of mine, you found whatever it was of me saying, no, look, I had this, and this, I had all this knee issues for this many years, and I was able to change it, so I believe that you can too. That's where it will stem from. Because if you're getting this negative information, okay, you can't do this, you're going to stay in pain, you're not ever going to be able to play football, your knee will never be the same again, then the only thing that can result from that is the results that you don't want. Usually with someone that has overcome anything, you'll always hear them say, like, people were telling me this and this, and I didn't listen to them. I started listening to the people who told me I could do it, or I just told myself, like, you really have to fight for yourself in this, and you have to constantly listen to the positive information that is going to get you to the results you want. So then, like, what do we have to do right now is then put our attention on this model. Like, what level, what stage are you at from these things that I've been through? Like, do you need to listen to me more? Like, how hungry are you for change? Like, literally analyze yourself. Like, do I have the hunger? Am I taking the sustained positive action? Why aren't I taking it? What are the consequences if I don't? And then it's like, okay, am I actually using what Liam's telling me? Have I got a coach which can actually show me how to do this so much faster? Am I making progress week on week? So it's like, okay, what stage am I actually at? And then which stage do you need to go to next? If you're at the point where you're like, yeah, I've got the hunger, like I want to take sustained positive action, but the stuff I'm doing is just not working. It's okay. Like maybe the next stage you need to do is listen to more of me, or invest in my coaching, or do something else. Or it doesn't have to be me, but it has to be someone that you relate to and you know that will get you the results. So the model, again, to just reiterate this, is if you want healthy knees or whatever goal it is, it's your experience and expectation. So if you have experienced, okay, I've just been in chronic pain and I expect myself to stay in chronic pain, that's going to play a role in whether you can get to where you want to go. Your mind is a limiter. So if you think, no, like I've seen Liam do it, I've seen Ben Patrick do it, I've seen these people be able to do it, I can do it as well, your expectation then goes in the opposite direction. Then it's attention density positive. So the amount of attention, the quality of that attention, and how positive that attention is. And then you have the veto power. Can I say no to the sweet treats? Can I say no to the wrong types of training? Can I say no to the pressure from my teammates? Can I say no to going back to football too early? If I can stop doing all of that stuff and actually really focus on my goal, we're going to get the outcome. But not a lot of people are actually going to do this unless they go through the stages, because you can try and skip this. You can try and go to the abilities and like try and get the program without having the hunger and without doing like having the motivational values to actually try and consistently do it. And then that's where we see people drop off. Like, it's my job to be able to give you the mastery of skills, but it's not my job to be able to give you the motivational value and the model of mind. Only you can do that, and only you can figure that out for yourself. Obviously, I can point you in the right direction of the stuff I've done today, like take a look at this, take a look at this. But your drive isn't going to come externally, it's going to come internally. How bad do you want to be back to football? How bad do you want to be out of knee pain? So yeah, obviously there's people at all different levels. Like when I was 16, 17, 18 years old and I had these knee issues, I couldn't work and I also couldn't afford anything like this. So we have free ebooks. I'm going to do the free education on YouTube. I'm posting the video every single day for 90 days. So if you're really, really serious about it, listen to this stuff and get involved in it. Ask me questions and use it. And then it's going to be good. We also have low-cost programs, so this is probably the solution I would have wanted. I could have paid 100 quid for a program that's going to give me the results, and I could have followed it because I really had that hunger, I really had that motivation. I just needed that direction. And obviously, the best option is the one-on-one coaching, where I can literally show you everything that I did, everything that we do with our clients to get our results. And if you follow them to the T, you will get the results in 10 times of a faster speed than if you were to go alone. I've invested so much in mentors over the last year, and it's the best thing I've ever done. So yeah, I hope this video helps. Again, one last look at this formula ingrained into your brain. Listen to this over and over. Don't just watch this and be like, yeah, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, I'm never gonna get out of knee pain. Like, every time you get that thing that tells you, okay, I've had a setback, I'm never gonna get out of knee pain. Oh, I had this happen, like I'm never gonna get out of knee pain. Veto it. Okay, no, that's not my story. Tell yourself over and over again that I will get out of knee pain, like I'm on my way. This is exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be easier and easier to have a good expectation rather than a bad one.